All right, hello and welcome, traders. It's a short one here on Friday. We're going to go through a little bit of the market, how we did this week. Good week overall. Nice ending to the week as well. I think we had a really good week. So let's cover that. Uh, Interesting week to be on vacation for me, but overall, that's why we trade, and we want to be able to have those funds aside. So we've had a good run, and we'll continue to do so. And let's get into that. I want to address one thing before we get started, and that is on mindset. And I feel like I have a really good trading mindset where things don't get me too high, they don't get me too low. And somebody commented the other day and said, you know what, you lost some money and you don't seem like you care about it. And I guess they wanted me to be more upset about it. Well, yeah, I do care. So I don't want you to get confused that I don't care about losing money. I mean, I want to make money. We want to be better. We want to grow trades. I mean, we've grown this account 150% in the last 4 years, despite two pretty good drawdowns for some really unusual events. But that's still extraordinarily good. And we've grown it even more beyond that. So I've done a good job creating wealth. But what I've done is I've really created a pretty good mindset, not only for trading, but in my business life and with my other income streams. I don't get too high and I don't get too low. So don't confuse the fact of you think I don't care that I lose money or that others may lose money or something like that. I absolutely do. I want to make money. I want to get better. And I want to constantly improve what I'm doing. But don't confuse that with having a really good trading mindset where I don't mentally take losses so hard that I got to bail out of everything and I can't trade anymore and I'm locked up. I really have the memory of a goldfish when it comes to trading. It's the same thing in businesses as well. And one of my other income streams is I go in and I fix companies for a living. And sometimes that involves laying off employees, putting in new practices, evaluating staff there. It's not always fun. Okay. I don't like to lay off people. I don't like to fire people, but I've laid off and fired hundreds and hundreds, almost thousands of people in the course of my life because that's what I do. I am a corporate turnaround person, and I will come in and I will improve things. Well, I have that same mindset here. Again, it doesn't mean that I don't care about these people. Okay, just like I don't care about my trades. Okay, but I understand that I'm hopefully, helping those people find something that they're better suited for, number one. So I have that mindset. And two, I have the mindset that the goal here is to make money. Same thing with companies. The goal is to help them turn around and make money and be more profitable. And sometimes underperforming assets need to go, whether that's trades or people in business. Either way, I've got a really, I think, really good mindset that I don't dwell on losses. I don't really suffer from FOMO. I'm not watching other people get rich and I'm trying to hop from strategy to strategy or anything like that. I've got a pretty good plan. It's worked for decades. It'll continue to work. You lose some, you have some setbacks. Sure, it sucks. Okay? Nobody's happy. Okay? And it's not that I don't care. It's the fact that my mind immediately goes to how do you improve? How do you get better? What do you learn from this? Okay, so that we can continue to get better and keep growing over time, because that's what I've been able to do for decades now in the stock market. And I've lost 100% of my money once or twice before. I've lost 30%. I've lost 40%. Heck, the market's down 30%. Some of these stocks are down. Tesla's down 40+%. I don't know what Warren Buffett, Berkshire Hathaway, if anybody knows what that. In fact, we can take a quick look at Berkshire Hathaway from the highs. Is Berkshire down a bit? Well, it was down a little bit, not a ton, but Berkshire was down at one point, 13% or so. So things go down, losses happen. Okay? You have to just accept them. You got to move on. You can't dwell on it. So don't mistake my ability to move forward and learn and grow with the fact that I don't care, because that's not true. It's not true at all. I do care. I do care about myself. I do care about my trades. I do care about people that follow me. I absolutely want everybody to do better, including myself, and I want to get better. So that being said, let's jump into some charts and see what we're looking at, and we'll keep it pretty short today. But I wanted to just make that comment at the beginning here. So I don't want you to think that I don't care about what's going on. Well, I do care. But that's not the focus. The focus is, how do you get better? How do you keep improving? How do you keep tweaking what you're doing? And especially when things are working pretty well for a long time, you get a couple setbacks, you fix it, and you move on. Same thing with businesses. All right, let's take a quick look. And what I want to do is, we'll look at the weekly dailies here, and we're still in a downtrend on ES. We've come down. You saw that H pattern that we talked about. Now you might be setting up for another one. We'll see. But we're coming up to the trend line. We're coming up to the 21 EMA on the daily. We failed at that. We're rolling over. Today's volume, even though it was an up day, was very, very light. So I think there's more downside to potentially come. So I closed out trades that weren't full losers. Okay, and everybody got, oh, he's down and he's wiping everything out. Yeah, I closed out a lot of stuff because I don't think the selling's done. Okay, there is no certainty in this whole tariff scheme. There's supposedly 25 countries out there that have called the White House and want to make a deal. You know how many of them have ever been announced as deals? Zero. And then we decided to throw more tariffs and penalties against Mexico for stealing water or something today. I mean, it's just never ending right now. A lot of negativity, a lot of uncertainty, and these charts don't make you warm and fuzzy. And if we're going back to this support area here that turned into support and then became resistance again, we're failing at those despite the rally today. I'm not saying we don't rally back. We very well might, but right now we're in a downtrend and I don't see it ending anytime soon. And there's a lot of calls for recessions and continued downtrends. All right, let's take a look at oil. Oil's in the same boat here. You had a pretty good oil down. H pattern, broke it, falling to new lows. Now it's just kind of consolidating down here. It might be finding a bottom. I don't know. We're in a little bit of a trade as we step back in. But oil still doesn't look great, but maybe it's at a spot where we'll get some consolidation. We don't know, so we're going to tread lightly. Gold has been on a tear this week. It's had a great week after a down week last week. It's starting off this week a little bit lower, bounced off the trend line, moved higher. There's a flight to safety, and gold is it. It's not in the traditional safety of the U.S. Treasuries because people are dumping those like they were the hot potato game when you were a kid. So nobody wants to hold U.S. Treasuries. Rates are going higher, hitting new highs. Bonds are going lower. Nobody likes the U.S. Nobody wants to invest in their treasuries. The U.S. needs these bonds to pay and finance the debt, and it's not happening. I'm more worried about what's going on in the bond market than I am with what's going on in the stock market. The stock market will recover. Okay, it always does, and it will again. Okay, what the time frame is, we don't know. But gold looking great here. If you're in gold, again, bonds look absolutely terrible. It doesn't look like there's a bottom in bonds. Huge bearish candle on the weekly here. We are down trying to retest these January lows, which were the lows. You got to go back to October of 23 to see something lower. There could be more downside in bonds. If you're looking at the weekly chart here, we are nowhere near an oversold level. I know maybe I sound a little bearish here, but I don't have great outlooks for what's going on in the market right now. I don't think we need to spend time on the NASDAQ because it looks exactly the same. H pattern now, maybe another rollover as we come down. We can actually draw a trend line. Boom, boom. Okay. and the previous support turned into resistance, failed at it completely. We had this descending triangle. We broke it. Okay, it does not look great. We failed at it again. We'll see. Today's volume, while it was a turnaround, wasn't great either. So nothing great there. I don't see anything good happening on the Russell. Yes, it's also in a downtrend. Okay. It's not breaking the downtrend until we start to break some of these downtrends. And this didn't even make it to the previous, support resistance level here. It didn't even make it. It failed. With the tariffs, I don't see a lot of hope for small companies and small caps out there. I'm sorry to say. I feel bad for small companies. I think there's more downside to come. The Aussie dollar has had a pretty good rebound today as the US dollar falls. But if you really look at like the euro, this thing is just absolutely taking off, rocketing to the upside as the US dollar is absolutely getting destroyed. In fact, let's just switch over now to just the daily, a little bit different daily chart so you can see it. But here's the US dollar. This thing is just getting pummeled on the weekly. Let's flip it over to a daily version. All right, but here's the daily on this thing. The US dollar, you can absolutely take a look at what's going on here. This looks terrible. The US dollar is weakening. It is no longer the standard out there. People are moving to gold. They're moving away from the US dollar. Purchasing powers changing a bit. So it's a good time if you want to travel, but we'll see what happens. And if you're looking at the rates, okay, 10-year note, okay, all the way up, touched 4.6 almost today, finished at 4.5. If you're looking at the 30-year, almost to 5 today, complete rebound on these things. So overall, I don't see a lot of great charts out there. If we're looking at stuff like Amazon and others, okay, all you have to do is draw a simple downtrend line. And while we're coming back to it on somewhat weaker volume right now, and I don't know, you're going to have to break these downtrend lines. Google, I think, looks really bad. So a bit of an H pattern, another drop. Let's just draw this thing out. Okay, it's right at the trend line. We'll see. I'm not loving Google. It's not one of my favorite things. Amazon, I do like right now. So I'd like to, if we can continue to consolidate down here, I think it's time to get back into Amazon, at least for me. If we're looking at NVIDIA, and this thing is all over the place. I don't know if there's a great, these trend lines. Let's go take a look at this one here. We're back to the trend line on weak volume. I don't know. We're below the 200. Okay, and then if you look at where the 50 crossed it, okay, it's widening. So you have the death cross on NVIDIA. You have the death cross on Google. Okay? You have, okay, the death cross about to happen. We're going to take these anchored VWAPs out. The death cross is about to happen on Amazon. The death cross just happened on Tesla, which is consolidating down here. And if you're looking at the S&P as well, let's just look at SPY real quick. Okay, death cross just happened here. Death crosses all over the place. It can take quite a bit of time. We're widening the gap between the 50 and the 200 every single day. It's getting to be a worse gap, which means it's going to take time for this thing to repair. I'm just not loving what I see out there. So I think I want you to be careful with what you're trading. We had a really good week this week. Okay, we are making money. We have an ES 112 calendarized, which held up great last week in the sell-off, even though we took a few losses, nowhere near extreme stuff, and we're up for the year on that particular trade. It's not time to get back into Strangles. You got VIX just way too flipping high to want to jump in. Even though VIX came down to 38, 37.55 today, so VIX did drop. It's not enough to start putting on some trades. In my opinion, it's too high. Anything over 30, big no-no to get back in the market. And you're below the 200. Nothing good happens below the 200 day. It's just not a lot of great stuff out there. I'm glad we got some rebounds. Our account did really well. So we're doing well with the 112C. We have a 112 on oil, which is looking great. We've also got our poor man's covered calls on SPY. That trade's actually up 5% for the year right now. So we're up 5% for the year. That trade's held up fantastic doing all this. We actually added some more on Friday on that sell-off, and that's helped. We booked almost $2,000 worth of extrinsic value gains for the week on that. So good week overall. So I want you to stay safe. I want you to look at it. But I also want you to develop that mindset that, not that I don't care, okay, it's that, you know what, losses will happen in trading, okay? Sometimes they're bigger, sometimes they're smaller, but losses are going to happen. The question is, how do you deal with it? How do you rebound? How do you come back stronger? How do you learn from those? That's what's important. We always learn. We always come back. It's happened for decades. It'll happen again. I'm not worried about it. I'm pretty confident in my ability to continue to move forward. So hopefully you've got that mindset. We're all going to grow together. We're going to give you some great ideas. That poor man's covered call trade has been working absolutely phenomenal. The 112C working great as well in this recent sell-off. And we'll be back with more Strangles and some other trades as well. So looking forward to that. Stay strong, folks. We'll see you next week. We'll be back to our regular schedule next week from vacation here. But rested up, ready to go, and we'll see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.